Howdy, 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 howdy. We've got an old tune here written in 1933 by a man named Billy Hill. He was a pop song composer, writer, and it's called The Old Spinning Wheel. And first recorded by Ray Noble and his orchestra, and later became kind of popular in the bluegrass field with people like Larry Sparks, Norman Blake recording it. And it's a nice instrumental. It's kind of has that old time feel to it. I think that's why it got popular in bluegrass. But it's out of C. You gotta learn lots of stuff out of C. I've got other videos in the key of C. Instead of all the G stuff, it's a G-tuned instrument, I know, but we've got to learn in different keys, because sometimes singers, they don't always sing in G or A or B, so we've got to learn a few things in C, and this one just happens to be often played in C. So pick up notes. I've got a C chord. With a pinky, I play that 3rd fret 4th string. Has a little bounce to it, right? So try to get those melody notes sounding, those 3 especially. So you get that D, D, D. Then it moves on to a G. Open, right? Like the beginning. Now we're going to an F. Back to C. Like the beginning. Right. The tab will be displayed at the end of this video. I just want to go over a couple of things here. Nothing new in the way of, or not at all in the way of slides, hammer-ons, or pull-offs. Again, this is a challenge to bring out the melody within all those banjo rolls, as they call them. All those notes that you're playing constantly, some of them are melody, and some of them aren't. So you try to emphasize the melody notes. But that's the hallmark of bluegrass banjo picking. Constant rolls and notes. Some are pinches, you know what pinches are, right? 2 notes or 3 notes at a time, all for a quarter note length of duration. So we only have 3 chords. C, most of the G parts are open except for 3rd fret 4th string and the odd 2nd fret 3rd string. And in the B part there's an F. Just once. It goes through F and back to C and G, back to C. So chord-wise, it's nothing complicated. There's a little lick at the end, of tag lick. Right? Remember in G we had this. Well, in C we want to have a little tag lick also. I've got 2 of them. One comes in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line, last measure. That's a lot like in G, in C, like here. I'm pointing at Tad, by the way. And then at the very end of this tune, I've got another one. And on the C note. Sorry. of C tag licks. And handy to have. So we want to play sort of bluegrassy in the key of C. So much of bluegrass banjo is in G or capoed out of G, played out of G position, capoed somewhere. And it's always nice to have the flexibility to play in a key of C, or you capo 2, you could play tunes in the key of D. I've got a video on one of the tunes is in the key of D. I have capo 2. So again, just if you know your rolls, this is nothing difficult. And the best thing to do is take it slow as always. Playing slow, and I'll repeat this forever, playing slow and clean is way better than playing fast and sloppy. Audiences are people listening to you, doesn't matter if it's you're on stage or at home. People like to hear nice, clean notes in time, in the right rhythm, right? Often and I had the same problem, I wanted to speed up quick because I heard the stuff on records. You know, I want to play fast. Well, my timing got lousy. I wasn't hitting the notes clean. I was just kind of slurring through some and not hitting them properly with the picks. And it's not quality music, really. So take it, measure 2 or 3 at a time. Just work your way through. Keep every note nice, the way you want to hear it, faster. So when you're playing slow, play each note the way you want to hear it. Yeah. Okay. The old spinning wheel. Have fun with this one. The tab will be posted. And we'll see you next time. Oh.